apparent that we will be late.
Matters of state.
Matters of state. It is nice to be here this evening with you, speaking into your vehicles. Some of you dodging police right now on the highways and licensing officers and that kind of thing. Good evening, and good evening to all those listening to us throughout Trinidad and Tobago. In the UK, those listening to us in Canada, those in New York, my good friend in Miami who listens to us religiously every evening. Once he is not on work, he has his radio, and he looks at us on YouTube, I think. And I want to say good evening. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to the owners and managers of this management of this great radio station for making us the #1 radio program on evenings. This evening, as usual, we have our guru in HR, Ms. Iwer Sandiford, with us, and we have a new, we have a guest this evening, a young HR professional.
Very good.
Right? Her name is Randy London. Right? She hails from somewhere in South, I think. She's a student at the University of the West Indies.
That's what we want.
HR, and she's also an employee, I think it's at the Ministry of Works.
Very good.
So good evening to you, Randy, and I know you would make a very lovely addition to the infrastructure inside here this evening, and you, of course, will help us with some of the HR issues that we may be talking about from time to time. Everything is HR in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, this show really is, the name of this show is, for those listening to us for the first time, the name of this show is The Third Umpires, and it is coined in a cricketing metaphor where we usually look at the match, and the match is how things are playing in Trinidad and Tobago. So the batting side is usually the government in office, and the fielding side, the opposition. And then, so we look at everything. We look at what's trending in the news. We look at the geopolitics. We look at everything. And as usual, we would start with probably the most topical issue in the know, and we have some discussions in it. And then we discuss other issues, sometimes issues that are very, very germane to our profession. So, good evening. Those of you listening to us, you can also find us on YouTube, Street 919 Third Umpires, and also Facebook. So, Simoya,
Yes,
how things? How the road looking outside there?
Well, it was well, it's kind of clear coming up. I didn't have any issues.
Oh, so them licensing they team them today, or they didn't?
Well,
they're not
I
outside
don't know.
today.
It's the highway that getting hotter.
It's police.
You know,
It's licensing
license
officers.
officers,
It's
everything.
the traffic wardens.
Yeah.
It's everybody giving you a ticket.
Coming out.
Right, so you get a ticket from 3 of them for the evening. It might go up to $19,000. Easy. The price of your car. Plenty of people driving cars there worth 10,000.
Yep.
So you know what's going on.
It's
That is
unfortunate.
problem.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. But I saw in the news, I saw even something last night from a particular minister that the Prime Minister is going to give some kind of, I think they're going back to adjust probably regulations to allow for the police and the licensing officers for certain kind of offenses to give you time to fix your issue on your vehicle, which is good, which is to me makes more sense than what existed before. But still, there are, you know, I for one, I mean, I can tell you that I think one of the reasons, so we're coming up to a break shortly, right? We started late, so we will be going on our normal break in the first hour shortly. That is to pay some bills. But, you know, and I will continue this narrative when we come back, but I was saying that I feel that one of the major issues that put the PNM in opposition was the way the people saw this particular regulation, this particular set of regulation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And people felt like it was kind of like pushing us.
Yeah, it's oppressive.
It was kind of feeling oppressive now,
Yeah.
because, I mean, you move from $200 for a parking ticket to $1,000 and you know, that kind of thing. And we find that that was kind of heavy.
Extreme.
But
Now it was.
now it double. So, I mean, we know we're trying to change some behaviors. We know we're trying to do certain things that will bring about a more orderly society.
Yeah.
Especially, and we will save some lives and that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But there are those who, on the other hand, who will say that it feels oppressive. It feels as though your foot is on our necks.
Yeah.
So I would like to hear what the people have to say about this, because
Absolutely.
I have some issues and we have some challenges. I mean, order and law and order is very important. Our orderly society, you know what Hobbes and Rousseau and Locke and these people say about that. But so you need laws, you need regulations, you need things to guide a society to do the right thing and to fall in line. But at the same time, it feels kind of different. It feels kind of sometimes, and we will go into more into it when we come back on the other side of the hour. But sometimes it feels kind of like oppressive, especially when you double. So we're going for a break, and on the other side of the hour, we will just continue this discussion. We're going to pay some bills. So let's pay some bills.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Nature's Touch Massage Therapy and Nutrition and Nature's Touch Youth Health Caravan invites you to join us live on the Street 919 FM every second and fourth Friday morning from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We are located at number 3, 7th Avenue North via the Eastern Main Road, Barataria. For further information, please call or WhatsApp the numbers 3988282 or our office numbers 241-7568 and 310-8671. Remember, at Nature's Touch, your health is our responsibility.
Building dreams, delivering excellence. That's McClatchy Construction Company Limited. Since 2008, McClatchy Construction has grown into one of Trinidad and Tobago's most trusted names in construction. From residential homes to large-scale commercial and industrial projects, we bring integrity, innovation, and professionalism to every endeavor. Our services include general contracting, design and build, construction management, restorations, renovations, structural steelworks, infrastructure development, home construction, and equipment rental. Whatever your vision, we have the expertise to bring it to life. With over 17 years of proven experience and a portfolio of landmark projects, more than 70% of our work comes from repeat clients, a true testament to our quality and reliability. For trusted construction solutions, contact McClatchy Construction Company Limited at 221-5405 or 222-5897 or via email. admin@mcclatchyconstruction.com. McClatchy Construction Company Limited, building strong foundations for a better tomorrow.
The Lion Brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake roti and doubles too, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion Brand is the reason. When the Lion Brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion Brand.
Rhythms of Truth, a Kaiso story. The grand opening of the world's #1 Calypso tent, Kaiso Showcase 2026. Friday, 23rd January, 8 p.m., Naparima Bowl, San Fernando. Be prepared for a night of Calypso in all its forms. Social, political commentary, humor, pan, chutney, and suggestive sounds. Featuring performances by Queen Victoria, Lady Adana, Pharaoh, Mr. Shaq, Daddy Chinese, Eunice Peters, Calissa Charles Mapp, Alicia Richards, Il Drago, Mr. Mac, Nicholas Lucas, Rivaldo London, Lady Torlish, Carice Pascal, Deep Juba, Roxy Singh, Queen Voice, Brother Ramkey, Cassie, Miss Ross, Empress, Medic, Greg, Mr. Lee, Fire Rain. Guest performances by Dev, Durango, Brio, and Raw Tour. Your MC, Damian Melville. Music by Razor Sharp, Chorus, Kaiso Flames. Tickets, advance $200. At the door, $250. Available at Roast and Toast, Superior Street, San Fernando. Athletes by the Park, Togo South Central Office, Mezzanine Floor, Skinner Park, San Fernando. And from executive members. For more information, call 653-5732. Don't miss Rhythms of Truth, a Kaiso story. See you there.
What are you doing?
Carnival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood and we vein, we need KFC again and again. Time to crunch, time to crunch, time to crunch down now. Start to crunch with your crew, look they touch down now.
What are you doing?
KFC, time to wave and just bite down now because it's Crunchnival.
What are you doing?
Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, Carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, thicker, like rocket. It's a Crunchnival with the baddest. Book it. Bada ding, bada boom. Make best, make room. The steam finger licking. It's a Crunchnival. The KFC, chicken, joy, carnival, and every crunch with KFC. When the taste moves your waist, you know it's Crunchnival at KFC.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Jump into savings at Furniture Plus. Enjoy up to 40% off in-store and online. Find amazing deals on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. Plus extra discounts on credit plans and free gifts with select purchases. Save more at Furniture Plus today.
Play away, break away, play away. 1, 2, 3, go! It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the play away, break away. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away, break away. It's bacchanal in the play away, break away. Win up to 30 to 1 on the base, 130 to 1 with the Juve ball, 135 to 1 with the steel pan ball, and 150 to 1 with the soccer ball. Wager on at least one mega mix option for a chance to break away with bigger play away prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the play away, break away. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away, break away. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:45 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 to 186 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new, with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Get ready to immerse yourself in the vibrant rhythms and enjoy a spirit of sweet calypso. Join us for an unforgettable experience at the semi-final round of the Calypso Monarch competition. This is Calypso Fiesta. 40 Calypso stars will compete on the Skinner Park stage. Calypso Unleashed, Boundless Harmonies. Mark your calendars. Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Join us at Skinner Park in San Fernando for an afternoon of pure Calypso magic. Showtime 2 p.m. Tickets available on islandetickets.com or call us at 623-9660. Don't miss out on a chance to experience the rhythm and joy of the Caribbean in 2026. Calypso Unleashed, Boundless Harmony. This is Calypso Fiesta.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for words, wit, and raw lyrical fire. It's Kaisorama 2026, the ultimate extempo and freestyle competition where only the sharpest minds survive. On Monday, February 2nd, the battle begins at Radisson Hotel with the preliminary round at 7 p.m. Watch the nation's best extempo giants go head-to-head, thinking fast, rhyming faster. Then it all comes down to the grand final on Tuesday, February 10th, 7 p.m. at Napa. One crown, one champion, pure lyrical mastery. Think you have what it takes? Registration is now open until Friday, January 30th at all Tuco offices. Tickets, preliminary $150, grand final $250. Don't miss the clash of culture, creativity, and calypso brilliance. Kaisorama 2026, where lyrics rule and legends are born.
Good afternoon, and we are back. So we are back here on the Third Empire while my colleague Senior Matheson is on a short break. But let's get right into it. So he started by talking today about the traffic issues and how that is impacting the citizenry, how the social issues are now impacting all of us. So, you know, as we await Senior Matheson, really and truly, these fines and these stricter enforcements are not just about the road safety. Some may say it's a cost-saving measure. So, you know, Stephen, what do you think about that? Is it that for you, while the minister is saying this is a life-saving measure, the members of the public, some people say, well, no, it's money that they're really looking for. So we're going to go in a break in another 3 minutes, but we'll just get right into it just before we go to the break. What do you think, Stephen?
Yeah, you know, as I was saying before, clearly the people would have spoken. And the people said that what they had before, they had a problem with it.
Yeah.
Right? And part of the problem that they had, because I know, because I was one of them who was talking against it.
Yeah.
I was saying that, listen, you can't tax your way into prosperity. You can't put the people in a place where they feel that there are no way out. And, you know, somehow I feel that say what you want.
Correct.
Now, I believe in laws. I believe in law and order. I believe in people driving on the road with the right credentials. I believe in people driving on the road safely. I truly believe that we have a problem, a lawlessness problem in Trinidad and Tobago. But I also believe that what we are doing and how we are doing it is not the right way.
Absolutely. I think
Right?
we're not looking at all the factors surrounding it.
Yeah.
Some people say putting the
so
cart
let me
before the
let me
horse.
say this. Half of the things that you get in charge for, the state of the roads contributed to it.
Absolutely.
Half of the things.
Absolutely.
The state of the road contributed to it.
Yep.
The design of the road, the state of the roads, everything contributing to it. It certainly contributing to the decadence and the degradation of the vehicles.
Wow.
Right? And in some cases, accidents. But yet,
These
we ain't
harsh
fixing the roads.
penalties.
We ain't
Yeah.
seeing no changes in the roads. And
Yeah.
I'm talking about secondary roads. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about the major roads.
Yeah.
But secondary roads, I mean, for the last year, they're in a state.
Correct.
Doing damage. You know how many times I weld the rim on my car, and I'm driving a normal car.
Wow.
You know how many times?
It's a lot.
Every time you go down in a hole, you crack your rim,
something.
you all kind of thing. But you're paying for that.
Paying.
So if
That's
I paying that kind of money on the roads for that,
You expect better quality.
I expect, I expect
roads,
better quality roads.
services, yeah.
And but there are other things for which we will talk after the break again, right? So we go for a break, Royal Castle break.
Clear the way and turn the volume up to the max. It's time for the Soca Pick of the Day, sponsored by NLCB.
Make me feel a kind of way. The way the soccer play make me feel a kind of way. I want to spend my life living in this kind of way. Feel a kind of way, yeah. Feel a kind of way. One glass in my hand, two girls in me have it done. One rag in my hand, two flasks in my pocket of it go. One glass in my hand, vex money if I end up lost. One rag in my hand, two flasks in my pocket of it go. Sometimes I can't explain this feeling. Night and morning, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. It got me jumping, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. Night and morning, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. Tell them it's a kid of me eye. You ever see a big man cry? I'm a bit tell them so careful lie. A bit tell them so careful lie. I through the earth and I through the strife. I tell them every single time. I'm a bit tell them so careful lie. A bit tell them so careful lie. The way the music play make me feel a kind of way. The way the soccer play make me feel a kind of way. I want to spend my life living in this kind of way. Feel a kind of way, yeah. Feel a kind of way. Sometimes I can't explain this feeling. Night and morning, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. It got me jumping, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. Night and morning, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. So let me go with the flow, you know the rest. Hey girl, let me tell you know the rest. When you're pretty, you look so best. When you're pretty, you look so best. So let me go with the flow, you know the rest. Hey girl, let me tell you know the rest. When you're pretty, you look so best. One glass in my hand, two girls in me have it done. One rag in my hand, two flasks in my pocket of me go. One glass in my hand, vex money if I end up lost. One rag in my hand, two flasks in my pocket of me go. Sometimes I can't explain this feeling. Night and morning, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. It got me jumping, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. Night and morning, sometimes I can't explain this feeling. You know the rest, and you know the rest. Can feel the feeling, feel the feeling, the feeling. So can't be like,
And that is your Soca Pick of the Day. Keep it locked right here for more of the biggest hits and the sweetest vibes, sponsored by NLCB.
Break away. Play away. 1, 2, break away. It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the play away. Break away. We fighting hard and we betting hard in the play away. Break away.
It's bacchanal in the play away breakaway. Win up to 30 to 1 on the base, 130 to 1 with the Juve ball, 135 to 1 with the steel pan ball, and 150 to 1 with the soccer ball. Wager on at least one mega mix option for a chance to break away with bigger play away prizes this carnival.
It's a bigger prize and the money nice in the play away. Break away. We fighting hard and we betting hard in the play away. Break away.
Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was the NLCB pick of the day, and not Royal Castle. Yeah. So as we were saying before that that break, it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was start over with my thesis. What I was saying is that when we in the run up to the last elections. A lot of people were talking about the way they felt about how the PNM was implementing certain policies.
Yeah.
And one of those policies, well, among the policies were the kind of taxes, the property tax, and among those were the road traffic regulation and the taxes and that kind of thing that followed. And, you know, people had some problems with that.
Yes.
I know a lot of people who said we can't wait for elections to get rid of it. And even the opposition then, who is now the baton side, they were saying that those taxes and those things were, those things were oppressive. So now we're seeing that they came and they kind of like double it.
Yeah.
You know, people are asking themselves, well, what's going on? Because they're feeling right.
Yeah.
Now, I'm saying that these things are necessary, and I agree with those who says that we have become very lawless.
Yeah.
The roads are proliferated with, you know, lawless drivers, accidents, you know, that kind of people dying on the roads and that kind of thing. I don't think no one has shown us any statistics to say what's the difference in the state of that kind of proliferation and accidents and thing now as opposed to then, because I know to me then there was more accidents and more gruesome accidents. But what we are not seeing is any changes in the state of the roads, right? We're not seeing that. I mean, certainly for the secondary roads, the roads in your area, in my area, in your road and thing, to me it's worse, right? So it created more damage to your vehicle. One of the things for which you are charged for.
Yeah.
Right? The readiness, road readiness of your vehicle.
That's right.
Is the roads are creating that? It's only on the roads your vehicles are.
Correct.
So clearly you have to fix that.
Yeah.
But more than that, what you have to address is like trying to push a whole cow to a needle. The head of a needle. It doesn't make sense. Because if you, for instance, licensing office, and don't tell me it's only crowded now because people afraid and people going and get everything now. It's like that all the time.
Yep.
I went to transfer a car about a year ago in licensing office. And I went on a normal day during the year, sometime around August.
Yeah.
And the place, I stayed there whole day for a simple transaction, a transfer.
Yep.
Whole day, and I reached in the morning early.
Yep.
And that exists. If anybody experienced something different, could call in and tell us, hey, it's not so again. It is still like that, right?
Yep,
So if you're telling me, all them people, thousands of people, probably hundreds of thousands of people with vehicles, trying to access these services now, you think any amount of time you give them will work?
Exactly.
The system just not working for the people.
That's correct.
Fix that first, and then make it, and then all these every single offense is not as a result of something that you do that is life-threatening.
Yeah.
You see life-threatening offenses, I could see a charge him with 10,000 for it.
Speeding,
right?
No insurance, no license.
But not no license. If I
If
have a license, as I said,
give
if
people
I
an opportunity to present their license.
If I have a license,
but the insurance,
right? So, but they just said that they could find out that too if you have insurance. So what I'm saying is, yes, I could understand driving without insurance, but driving without a license can't drive. If I have a license, right? Just hear me out.
Yeah.
If I have a license with an expiry date of 10 years, for 10 years, and you stop me, and I do have my license on me, but I have 7 more years on my license. For whatever reason, I leave it in the next car, or I leave it in the next pants pocket, or whatever. Why will you charge me for that? Why will you tell me I have to pay 5,000 or 3,000 or whatever for that? That's wickedness.
You could give people
right? Because you could find out if I am a valid license holder. You could find that out on your machine or whatever.
Yep.
Right? So give me time to present it.
Yeah.
But this feels to me like some kind of tax, some kind of tax collection or some kind of revenue generating mechanism.
That's the way I see
as
it.
Opposed to, you know, things.
That's the way I see it.
I agree with all the people who say, yeah, things bad, the road bad. I mean, you have reckless driving, you need laws, and I agree with that. All we need. But think about it. As the same argument I made before with respect to when the PNM was doing it, is the same argument I'll make now.
Yeah.
If you take, for instance, the average income, minimum income of a person in Trinidad and Tobago, dollar for dollar, is the same thing in the US, say New York.
Yeah.
You know any ticket in New York where you're paying 4,000 or 10,000 US dollars for? Eh? You know any? So don't tell me you're following them, because even with them, they have advanced things, they have cameras, they have everything. You don't have no sort of police and licensing officers on the road in the US to stop traffic during high peak traffic hours and that kind of thing. And nobody here pay no $10,000 and no traffic offense.
This is going to cause a lot
so
of
that's my point, right? I mean, we just need to think through this. Fix the basic things, the access to the service, fix the roads and that kind of thing, and then start charging people for the things that are creating the problems.
Yeah.
So a man get in an accident and the lens on the light on the thing blow, but the LED working still, right? You're going to charge him for that? That making any sense?
It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, especially because now I had to take this from the perspective of the workplace, because as an HR professional, I am the one that's seeing people coming into work angry. You know, they will come and sometimes they will break down in your office because they are so overwhelmed. With most of the population making minimum wage.
Thank you.
How is it
you get a ticket and it's more than your wage, and you're 3 hungry trying to see about and a child and a husband or a wife.
Salary.
Three times the salary. Yeah?
3 times
a man get one for 19,000 a few days ago.
And he's
a man home sick in bed and he can't pack up on the road for years. No, I could understand that. You can't on government road, on a public road. You do have insurance, whether it's working or not. It had to have insurance, because if somebody hit it or something, or if somebody get damaged or something, wherever it roll and get hit, somebody had to pay for it. You might not have the money to pay for it. That's why you have indemnity, you have insurance. Yeah. But so I could understand that. But deal with it, you could deal with it differently. There are different ways to deal with that kind of thing. What do you think about that, Randy, as an HR person?
I think that if you want to increase the fines or whatever, give a specific date, be feasible enough.
No, well, they did that, I mean, in all fairness.
Well, that is not.
They did that.
That's a short time frame.
Okay. I
would agree, because, you see, you're giving people this short time frame. and then I'm going back to the workplace. So after my staff stand up in that line, all those lines, they're coming back to me to ask for another day. And guess what? Most of the public sector right now on 3-month contract with no leave entitlement.
But
So
not only
every
that,
day of absence
but not only that,
is
the
no pay leave.
They come back and they're infuriated. They're not in no frame of mind.
Exactly.
You know,
They're not in a frame of mind. So normal traffic on a normal day, if
It's
you
a
stay an
problem.
extra hour in traffic, you reach the work and you are already upset.
The
So
overheated
imagine
public
this.
with all this that traffic jam and all this that hot sun, people pack up on the highway and they're checking every vehicle, and so it have no other scientific way to do that, right? We so dumb in this country.
Well, they put the cart before the horse, because today the transport commissioner was under some questioning and he is explaining. He say, well, they're going to put the cameras by the traffic light. You all now thought about that?
They
no?
now thought about that in 2025, 26?
After you do what is tantamount to a total policing scenario, today by BTOM they did that. You're now coming to talk about putting the cameras that could identify number plates, and you now thought about that.
Come on, man. All our money they're making, all our money they make for the last 6-7 years with this traffic thing. Are you now thinking about them thing? Come on, man.
It's unfortunate.
There's something wrong with this country, boy. I don't know.
It's
why.
unfortunate. I really
Sometimes
I
I
would say
believe
that.
it doesn't matter which government in office. But anyway, let's take this call. Good evening, caller.
Hey, Marcus, how are you doing, man?
Yeah, man.
Well, this thing was what I'm talking about. The system itself is miserable, it's frustrating. And what the authorities were supposed to do, see what the system first. You understand? And then increase the fares what has increased. This whole thing here, if you check this thing, nothing really changed here. You know, I talk about that with that whole licensing story, and nothing had changed. Not really people going in there like me. Listen, when you go in there, you must sit down when you come out. Fix the system first. Make people want to go and pay their bill.
Exactly. Fix the system.
You understand? Now, you know, when you leave home in the morning to listen, you know you have to put aside that day when you go in there.
This is what I say. This is exactly what I'm saying.
Now, man, I hear Zaku last night. Last night, yeah. Boy, look. I just want to bash them, man. Fix the system first. But what happened, you know, they might want to do that. That need money. What they don't have. Mr. Matterson, that's the big question there. To fix that system, and because that's sick so for years. That's not new. All right, and I'm saying to fix that system, to get it palatable for people, it will take some doing. And I would have thought that they might have said, should I give people a couple of months? And, you know, try and do something for so when you go there, you wouldn't have to stay that long. And you're leaving them miserable. You take some time off from work. When you reach back in work, here what happens? You more vexed and frustrated because they're telling you, come back and explain.
That's what we're saying.
I didn't always say no. Come back another day. But what's happening? No. The problem is money, finance. Because here what happening? Don't run from this situation. Here is in a mess. A real mess. Listen, that situation is in they're not seeing that as no priority. No, you have to find $4.1 billion to run this country every month. You think them studying that system there in Iceland? In a serious place. You mark my word, that's not going to be taken care of in months. I don't have to take up no more time. fix the system first. But they have no money to fix that. That situation they take the present administration. I'm sorry for them. That is so important for them. Collecting the money for the charges is important. You understand? That can go in and fix in a hurry. You mark my words. Come on.
Thank you, Kola.
Thank you so
now,
much.
In all fairness to the government, I saw that they had a joint select yesterday or the day before yesterday sometime, where a lot of questions were asked relative to of the police and licensing relative to the situation with respect to the not just the rules but the overheating of the society with respect to all these road traffic, regulations and that kind of thing. So, and how it affects people.
Yeah.
So I listened to the answers, and the police seems clueless.
Absolutely.
Clueless as to what's going on, the line and all.
Well, it's similar to the total
Right?
policing.
But good evening, caller. Let's take this caller.
Good afternoon, Ms. Simoya, and good afternoon, Mr. Matterson, and also to your listeners.
Good afternoon.
You're quite right. Some of them barely even answer the question because, as you say, they're just lying and dancing because it's simple to explain to the nation why during the peak hours or every time a term opens, all you're jamming up and heating up the nation roadways because all they don't care, all they're not compassionate, and many of all you're transporting all your families in blue lights or sirens. So all they do business. All they do have to face what everybody else facing. But follow me a little bit and stop me anytime I'm going wrong, because the narrative that has been offered from the government, from the police, and from licensing is that these exercises are to ensure road safety.
What road safety are you talking about? Come on.
So what I'm saying, that is the narrative that we have been offered, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Nice. So it's about road safety and security. No problem. No problem. The issue I am having is how come you all don't take it serious internally? Because if you look at the condition of many of the TTPS vehicles, I want to ask them, is it that they don't need to be roadworthy to ensure road safety out here? Or is only the civilians have to be roadworthy to ensure the safety out here? Because you look at these police vehicles, it's smooth tires, missing side mirrors, no rearview mirror, windscreen cracked up, or the entire thing missing.
One light working.
Yep.
You understand? Tail light gone, you name it. So road safety is only for the civilian public, right? As you have a little position of power, you automatically become the best driver, and the vehicle that you're driving, right, don't care the state of it, it is not hampering or causing any issue. It's not so serious for you, but it's so serious for the members of the public. And lies, gimmick, deception, you name it. If it was so serious, all they would have been practicing having roadworthy vehicles out here also. What is trivial matters all they're targeting. And the thing is, the majority of the country are not upset about the harsher penalties, It is these trivial defects, right, that police holding up and licensed officers holding up miles of traffic.
A man have a 5-ply windscreen with a little chip on it, and you telling him 5-ply windscreen, you have it 6 months to get from Europe or whatever. You telling him you charging him for that with a little chip on it. Craziness. That car break anyhow you take it.
No, but what I'm saying is, that man with that chip on the windscreen is so dangerous on the road. But we have police driving around with the whole windscreen crack up.
Yeah.
Or sometimes a whole window thing missing. And that is road safe. You see the double standards? As I continue to say, people who are in positions and who have power, they do not want to be held to any standard. Forget about they are supposed to be held to a higher standard because of we offer all your training, we offer all your proper compensation. In some cases, well, the police probably are underpaid, but they're not doing anything to deserve better.
No,
right?
the thing is, the problem is not so much, for me, is not so much the police, because the police will tell you that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're doing their job is to uphold the law. But what sometimes we just have a problem with is the thinking.
Yeah.
the black and white thinking, and without thinking without shades, agree.
I hear you, and the police are not the only or entirely to blame, but they have to take a portion of the blame also, because you have to practice what you preach. Okay, for instance, every day you drive on this road, you can see a police officer talking on their phone, right? And more than 90% of the time, I am certain it is not a call that is have anything to do with the TTPS, because you see them just laissez-faire, according to Mr. Lockett, just laissez-faire on the phone, you understand? But what example are you all setting? Are you all exempted from every single law that it have in Trinidad? That you can just do what you want and expect people to operate in a certain way? We really not serious, and we continue to fail when we put persons in power who have no character, no compassion. I mean, it didn't need to have an outcry or uproar for the Prime Minister and them to understand that, hello, trivial matters, things that can happen spontaneously on someone's vehicle should not attract that type of penalty. So nobody can tell you, sir, the water bottle for your wiper empty. See if you can put some water in it. But only digging up in people think with the intention to give them a ticket of that size. For what? For spite? Come on, knowing fully well all you might not know water in all your own too. All you just jumping in a police jeep and moving around, all you not doing all them checks that all you're asking people to do.
So callers, again, we have the NLCB Soca Pick of the Day coming up again in the next few seconds. So we will take a short break again, and we will come back to you. When we come back to you, we will continue this discussion. Clearly, the public... Oh, but it's in...
Oh, no. Yeah. Castle coming. All right, we'll be right back.
Right, so it's Royal Castle and Royal Castle Soca Pick of the Day.
Road
Right?
March energy? Check. Royal Castle flavor? Double check. Let's dive into Castle Road March song of the day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Watch girl them bend over, and right there in line.
was the Royal Castle Road March Song of the Day on the Street 919 FM.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we head into the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. That was the Royal Castle's pick of the day, tag closer, and we always want to big up Royal Castle.
Yeah, big up to Royal Castle, man.
Right.
Flavor to the bone.
So, we are back, and you know what our discussions were before. We invite you to call us, join in, chime in the discussion. Let us know how you feel about what we are talking about, how it is affecting you, and what you feel can be a relative solution to the problems that you might be facing. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
And thank you for calling.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr.
Matheson.
Matheson and Mr. Mona. Good afternoon. And your guest.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think before the Christmas, I think there was a program, there was a discourse on your show with respect to this same licensing fines and all that.
Yeah.
And it upset me today to know that I went out of the way. There was a gentleman called Mr. Ulrich. He called, and I think Chris was on the program also. And we said, hey, listen, this thing has certain things that could work. Yes, we know that. Drunken driving and all that. It's fine. But I stood up and I said, the Prime Minister, don't get tied up with that thing. You review the whole thing, go through those things, and because lo and behold, I am hearing what I heard just after Christmas Day and whatnot. And the discourse continue. The fact remains that when you're in government, you have to be mindful. You have to take into consideration the social, the economic, and the political implications.
Thank you. And we didn't even talk about all the social issues, because there are a lot of other social issues involved in this.
You have to do that. And the fact remains, yes, we know that you have lawless. This is Trinidad and Tobago, the epicenter
of lawlessness.
We know that. That's a fact. But as Shane Mohammed, I think he's a political scientist, or a lecturer at the UE or whatever it is, he said it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I agree with him. And I'm saying that... What's that, right?
Yeah, cola.
Yeah. So, when I heard, what transpired and what... I was a bit disturbed by it. And I'm saying that the fact remains, I don't know whether the minister has advisors. I don't know who is advising him. But I'm seeing a pattern, a trend. A carryover from the last administration with respect to that kind of punitive, that kind of disproportionate, right, fines or penalty. And I don't know who is advising him. I don't know if it is the same. He has the same. I know he has the same transport commissioner, and he has the advice of Ms. Ingerfield. So I don't know. I'm not casting any aspersions. Not doing that. But I'm saying that the measures that I don't know whether he thought it through. And I made the question, and you told me no. I said when you have weak ministers, and they could be weak for many reasons, that they're not familiar with public administration and that kind of thing. You have people who never worked in the Ministry of Transport, so they're inexperienced, and they would rely on the top echelons of the ministry, the permanent secretary, and the transport commissioner, and all these people for advice. He needs that, and for information. And I am saying, I don't know whether in fact he really did went through this thing, and probably if he had any input in that, any serious input into that decision in terms of what's actually going on. So I don't know, and the fact really, I don't want to repeat what was said before by other commentators, but I'm saying that to me it was a faux pas. That was a faux pas, and it called for much more diligence. And I think that it can't go on that way. For example, today I heard the minister saying that I'm talking about the chaos in Port of Spain with people all that. But you describing to me, you telling me what is happening. What are you doing? What do you propose to do to deal with that? I'm not hearing, because the Prime Minister, pending the decision of the Prime Minister going to Parliament.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
No,
are you going to allow him?
Somehow I just find like people not thinking, but politicians and technocrats, that sometimes I just get the feeling that people not thinking. It's either they're forced to do it because they are no alternative to raise revenue, or they're just not thinking.
But even if, but the point about it here is this, is that if you could, in the interim, you have to be critical thinkers. You have to, this is the whole question, you have think tanks. You have to be thinking, you think critically. What are a situation? Because your job as a minister is to solve problems. That is why they put you there. To solve problems, just to solve socio-economic, political, and problems you get with your technocrats within the ministry. That is what made Jack Warner different. Jolene John, Rambachan. They solve problems. And the more these long lines around outside there, the more you irritate the population. So the first thing you do is try to get rid of that. Get that out of the public gaze. That is the politics in it. So I don't know, but one of the things that I must say with respect to the government is that when you make policy, and that was reinforced by one of your earlier hosts, Mr. Selvon, is that when you make policy, you formulate your policy and you implement your policy, you need to evaluate the policy.
Yes.
And you need to tweak wherever you believe that there are shortcomings, there are weaknesses and whatnot.
And we see the Prime Minister is doing that.
Right, and that is positive because it means that the government in itself is responsive.
Yes.
They listen. And they change, and when the population call on them because they feel hurt, they feel that things are not running properly, you move with alacrity to deal with it. So that is a plus, and it should, because that is part of the whole the element, the issue with respect to good governance, and some of the elements of good governance is not just abiding by rule of law and participatory governance and whatnot, efficiency, but being responsive to the needs of the people. That is critical, right? So that's a plus, and that is how you can try to get out of it, because you have to have people who are thinking. People like out of the box. That is why people like Jack Warner, as I said, were who they were, and other people, Jolene John and all these people, because they were thinkers. They wouldn't have this situation lying there for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You get rid of that. You don't want that, especially at this point. You're in a very critical time. You don't have money, the economy in trouble, problems. You don't want, and today I heard somebody talking about protests in Port of Spain. You don't want that, because I brought you back to 1986. I think they're late with this protesting, because in 1986 it was between 3 months you had Dacklehouse in England playing mass, and they started to parade the street. You have to deal with that. You have to prevent those things, because people are faced with challenges.
The bowling side waiting to hit some googly.
Yeah, and you have to be mindful of that.
Exactly.
I don't want to take too much airtime, Mr. Martin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks. And the caller was right. I mean, he said something that you see the social implication of these things. We were talking earlier on about there are people who are living paycheck to paycheck,
Absolutely.
and have a little car and trying to drop the children to school.
That's
right?
where I'm
and they're taking chances. I mean, while it is not, but you do these statistics, how much are that causing a problem? Right? people trying to survive. It are people who not living like you and I.
That's right.
They could barely put gas in the car.
So that is an issue there as well. A lot of these cars that are being sold now require premium, not super. Let's start there. And what I want people to keep in mind is that not every area has running transport. The hours that people have to leave in the morning to get up to go to work, to get up to get their children to school. Some people have to leave home in the dark.
So what you're saying, don't have no car, leave your car home, don't forget about that.
So we have to think about those things, that there are parents who are making sacrifices.
And if you do the statistics, them same people, they never get in an accident, they never had no problem on the road.
I think it's just unfortunate. Again, you're putting the cart before the horse because we are reactive. We are not
fix
proactive.
this situation. We don't need to raise taxes.
I think it's unreasonable.
We don't need to raise revenue on the backs of the people who could least afford to pay that. Mr. President, good evening.
Yeah, brother. Good afternoon, Brother Stephen.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Sister Simona.
Good afternoon.
And I pick up a next lady name. I recognize all have somebody else.
Randy.
Oh, Randy.
Yes.
London.
Randy London.
Yeah, Randy?
Yes, Randy London.
Yeah, Randy London. Yeah, good afternoon, my dear. And, well, good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon, good. And God putting down some good work on you here for you to notice things. But this conversation that you have this evening, Stephen, and Sister Remola and Neva, is a hot topic, so hot that plenty people do really consciously on it. And I think as Remola was now talking and putting down certain implications of the traveling public. It's a great part of the whole consciousness which you put. Who overlook this thing to realize what you're doing with people, even so that we would appreciate that we look into stamp out some of the corruptions and the bacchanal that going on to traffic and to we know that certain things need to buck up. But nobody can think it through to recognize, like myself, who is a pensioner, 2005. I had to eat, I had to drink, I buy a little water for transport purposes because it's then basically to pull the bowl and nothing at the I don't need to stay for transport because I just have to go here and there. I have to park up my vehicle right now because in position plenty of us really out here, they might talk about inspect and inspect. Plenty of us vehicle okay and it's okay enough. What I look to say, I don't call them it's enough, but this inspection to a point of some of the kind of inspection, I will be talking about certain effects, certain things that is not even something to talk about. If I like break, if I like damage while I was driving, you're dropping a hole, and these kind of things, yeah. And when you like an officer come to you, the police come to you, to putting down some irrelevant kind of things. These things are then not working for the society in a sense. But I know, it's not working. My car, I could end up leaving my car for the next 6 months not to hit on the road because of the finance to fix the certain small thing that come because the finance expensive. And I'm crying towards this situation for people who I understand that the position is packed up right now, friends.
Yep.
They can't get to carry the children to school, they can't get to transport, nobody know where packed up. The sovereign public will get problem. We always been having problem. We had problem up to the Christmas, we have problem. You will see a lot of people park up late in the afternoon on the sideways and byways looking for car. It's carbon tower, P-carbon tower. In the general charge, Nazis months up now. Right now, this doesn't look like if we get with the government, we shut down everything. This is not a nice ideology of a government. A government is supposed to be more responsible, understand they have a community of people who they have to deal with, and if you go chucking in things, you lessen the chances of people going home early. going on late for people to rob them and all them kind of thing. What me and looking at the social implications of this matter? The government, look, Mr. Kamala, that keep good with your age. Your age is walking too good to the modern day existence of many. Many people die. They're killing people all in the Gaza. They're killing people in Ukraine. They're killing people all over. We have a few people dead. We have things that about that. We have a few people dead here. Let me understand how to fix this system. Then we'll look to see if we can penalize people. And all I see is a greed to gain. I don't believe it's greed for the country because I understand the consciousness of our people. When you greed for yourself, I just talk some ways. 20 people in life have hear us talk because I'm directly positive in speech and truth. And all you back up your head. Back up your people. Back up your standard up. You're there and your age. You ain't so sure to make more because of your age before you put you out sick. I ain't so sure if you're going to make 5 years in according to things you're doing because people will sign away. Okay, I'll give you an opportunity to say, I'm Stephen and Sister Rimola and Marie, but people put it out on two people. Thank you already.
Thank you,
Thank
caller.
you.
Thank you, caller. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, we are coming up to the top of the hour, and we may change the topic when we come back. So, we're going to pay some bills, and when we come back, we will continue the discussion.
And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Postman again. Hey. Ticket book already. Hotel book already. Rental reserve already. Pocket full of money. Up your inside the army. Are ready to party. Hey. This is Carnival vibes. Carnival time is so special to me. Plenty fetting, good vibes and high energy. I love the sexy freedom. The women display. It's the vacation experience with fetting every day. Ocean view, balancing with my crew. Pumping like a superstar with no work to do. No problem, I study it. No negativity. Jumping with me, this one for Miami. Me and my soca army. This one for the hot gal them who independent and love the carnival vibes. Yeah. I don't want no bad vibes. All I want is good vibes. It's plenty drinking when I line it. Please don't bother me when you see me whining, and if you see me drifting, just leave me alone. I just come to party, wind up on somebody, jump up in the juve, play my slippery pussy, get over behind a truck and chip until I can walk. This is how I do it, carnival vibes, yeah. This one for Miami, me and my soca army. This one for the hot gal them who independent and love the carnival vibes, yeah. This is how I get on. This is how I have fun. This is how I wind down in carnival hot sun. I don't care who watching. I don't care who talking. I just spend my money, so I go party hearty. Leave me, let me get on. Leave me, let me have fun. Leave me, let me party. I just spend my money. Leave me, leave me. Leave me, leave me. Leave me, leave me. This is carnival bacchanal. This one for Miami. Me and my soca army. This one for the hot gal them who independent and love the carnival vibes, yeah.
Rhythms of Truth, a Kaiso story. The grand opening of the world's #1 Calypso tent, Kaiso Showcase 2026. Friday, 23rd January, 8 p.m., Naparima Bowl, San Fernando. Be prepared for a night of Calypso in all its forms. Social, political commentary, humor, pan, chutney, and suggestive sounds. Featuring performances by Queen Victoria, Lady Adana, Pharaoh, Mr. Shaq, Daddy Chinese, Eunice Peters, Calissa Charles Mapp, Alicia Richards, Hail Drago, Mr. Mac, Nicholas Lucas, Rivaldo London, Lady Tornish, Carice Pascal, D. Juba, Roxy Singh, Queen Voice, Brother Ramkey, Cassie, Miss Ross, Empress, Medic, Greg, Mr. Lee, Fire Rain. Guest performances by Dev, Durango, Brio, and Raw Tour. Your MC, Damian Melville. Music by Razor Sharp, Chorus, Kaiso Flames. Tickets, advance $200. At the door, $250. Available at Roast and Toast, Superior Street, San Fernando. Athletes by the Park, Tubo South Central Office, Mezzanine Floor, Skinner Park, San Fernando. And from executive members. For more information, call 653-5732. Don't miss Rhythms of Truth, a Kaiso story. See you there.
The Lion Brand always had a plan, giving great taste all across the land. Pelori fry, bake, roti and doubles too, made with great taste just for me and you. All through the year and all season, the Lion Brand is the reason. When the Lion Brand in the kitchen, we know to mix and move, we're gonna mix and move.
This carnival season, mix and move with the Lion Brand of products, the power behind our great taste traditions.
With the Lion Brand.
Play away, break away, play away. 1, 2, break away. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away, break away. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away, break away. It's bacchanal in the play away, break away. Win up to 30 to 1 on the base, 130 to 1 with the Juve ball, 135 to 1 with the steel pan ball, and 150 to 1 with the soccer ball. Wager on at least one mega mix option for a chance to break away with bigger play away prizes this carnival. It's a bigger prize than the money nice in the play away, break away. We betting hard and we betting hard in the play away, break away. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
What are you doing?
Crunchnival at KFC is so special to all our we. Like we need blood and we vein, we need KFC again and again. Start to crunch, start to crunch, start to crunch down now. Start to crunch with your crew, look the touchdown now.
What are you doing?
KFC time to wave and just bite down now because it's Crunchnival.
What are you doing?
Do what you want with the crunch, don't fight it. KFC, carnival, when you bite it. Flavor, take out, like rocket. It's a Crunchnival with the baddest buckle it. Bada ding, bada boom. Make best, make room. The steam finger licking. It's a Crunchnival. The KFC chicken joy carnival and every crunch with KFC. When the taste moves your waist, you know it's Crunchnival at KFC.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Get ready to immerse yourself in the vibrant rhythms and the joyous spirit of sweet calypso. Join us for an unforgettable experience at the semi-final round of the Calypso Monarch competition. This is Calypso Fiesta. 40 Calypso stars will compete on the Skinner Park stage. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmonies. Mark your calendars. Saturday, February 7th, 2026. Join us at Skinner Park in San Fernando for an afternoon of pure Calypso magic. Showtime 2 p.m. Tickets available on islandetickets.com or call us at 623-9660. Don't miss out on a chance to experience the rhythm and joy of the Caribbean in 2026. Calypso Unleashed, boundless harmony. This is Calypso Fiesta.
Hi there, I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
This carnival season, come hungry and leave in love. Welcome to Flavor, a carnival culinary experience like no other. Every evening, the Queen's Park Savannah transforms into a vibrant village of food, culture, and celebration. Taste the best of Trinidad and Tobago with local street food, gourmet chefs, live cooking demos, cultural performances, and family-friendly experiences, all in one place. Join us at Flavor Village, Queen's Park Savannah, every day from 4 p.m. TNT, you're gonna love this.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Trinidad and Tobago, get ready for words, wit, and raw lyrical fire. It's Kaisorama 2026, the ultimate extempo and freestyle competition where only the sharpest minds survive. On Monday, February 2nd, the battle begins at Radisson Hotel with the preliminary round at 7 p.m. Watch the nation's best extempo giants go head-to-head, thinking fast, rhyming faster. Then it all comes down to the grand final on Tuesday, February 10th, 7 p.m. at Napa. One crown, one champion, pure lyrical mastery. Think you have what it takes? Registration is now open until Friday, January 30th at all Tuco offices. Tickets, preliminary $150, grand final $250. Don't miss the clash of culture, creativity, and calypso brilliance. Kaisorama 2026, where lyrics rule and legends are born. Kaisorama!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. If you have been listening to us in the last 2 hours, you would be well aware of the discussions we are having. Myself, Simoya, Dr. Sandra Ford, and Miss Randy London. Very nice young lady, a young university student, and young HR professional who is with us today. And you know, one of the things that, I mean, you can still call us if you wish on issues relative to what we were talking about earlier, but as usual, it is something we used to practice earlier. On the last hour, we will talk a little issue because, as you know, we are HR professionals and employment law professionals, and we would usually talk about issues in the workplace, issues that would usually affect both employer and employees. And we wanted to give you the opportunity to hear some of those issues live. But let's take this call. I'm seeing someone calling me a while now. Good evening, caller. Caller?
Hey, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Third umpire.
Yes.
Good afternoon. How are you guys going?
Good. Turn down your radio. Turn down your radio.
Sorry.
Getting our feedback.
Better now?
Yes, much better.
Alright, cool. Well, to be honest, I now tune in 20 minutes to the hour 6. So I come in a little late. I just wanted to contribute to something now. I enjoy the program. So I guess in the last hour, while you was talking about road traffic, I don't want to change the tone.
Yeah,
but and if persons, well, I would sincerely like to believe the Ministry of Works and Transport, collect data in terms of how many vehicles it have in the country, vehicular activity in certain areas during certain hours of the day, etc. So they know what adjustments, and if it is, you're really encouraging persons to use public transportation. And now remember, first and foremost, in terms of health, you should have some facility where taxi, similar like how in the concept on TV shows like restaurants, you have health inspectors, but you should have your vehicle clean. Persons might have certain, breathing conditions or whatnot, so you want to sit down in a vehicle that is, relatively hygienic. It don't have to be smelling like it fresh off the showroom, of course, but hygiene for one, and they could definitely organize a structure in terms of communicating with persons, because PTSC have a WhatsApp group, and they
so let me ask you something. Is it that you traveled in a vehicle recently and it wasn't healthy, it wasn't hygienically, it wasn't clean, you felt unsafe? What is it?
Well, good questions. Recently, not so much, but there have been times in the past. I'm sure, I believe other persons could attest, but it's kind of uncomfortable. And then too, that might be two major deterrents, I guess, in the mind of someone. Now, some people might be in a situation, and it might really benefit them to travel, but I guess for one, they're not sure about the reliability if they will get a car. And then two is the safety aspect, of course, because, not to go backwards, because the TTPS have been making strides, but you would have heard some reports, even, unfortunately, rideshare drivers, being held up. So members of the public might be even more concerned to trust public transportation. So if they could work on that, and persons do the maths and say, well, hey, I could really take this bus, take this car, maybe Monday to Tuesday or whatever, and then on Friday I roll with my car or whatever, and it could save me X amount of dollars, they might be inclined to consider that.
Alright, Cola.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and real quick. I know yesterday earlier had played the clip about the pastor wife and in the dress. Mr. Matteson, you might feel I do agree with you often, but on this one particular moment in a long time, I would agree with you. I mean, even if you're a pastor's person, at the end of the day, yesterday I was thinking too, we all adults and we all humans. So that might speak more to our mindset and our culture and what we promote, because in other countries, as they advertise like on TV, I don't know how totally true it is, but you might think Africa or even some other countries like Taiwan or Tanzania or whatever, the type of clothes they might wear, it might be not so covering up. So the sensationalizing and the promotion of the parts might make it even more intense. So, hey, you're a pastor wife wearing that, but if the lady feel comfortable wearing that and her mindset is not to promote or catch eyes, and the husband cool with that, then that might speak more to the culture.
Okay.
So
okay, thank you. Let's take another call. Okay, we missed that call. Yeah. Sometimes we need to stay relevant to the topic. Yeah, I hear the caller. He makes sense.
Yeah.
But the Simoya yesterday we were talking about. Good evening, caller.
Well, good afternoon, my brothers.
Good afternoon.
Lockdown on the screen, nice program. One time.
Yes.
I am one who always say everybody do know. I want the police to do their work, the teachers, the doctors, the tailors, the drivers as well. So, listen, this thing is about being responsible. One of the things that shatter me, yes, is suppose, I don't know if you're familiar with the Arima, Valencia area, I stop by a traffic light in the night about 1 o'clock. And somebody walking in my direction doesn't look so up to mark to the seat. What am I to do? I wonder if I break the light, it will set. send a ticket from any mail.
Well, I breaking that light and I go take that ticket. I prefer to break that light than to get hold up and to get shoot in my head or whatever. I breaking that light.
Along all the talk that we have been talking, that is something I give a thought with. Because it happened to me already in a way. Yeah, it happened to me already.
It has some lights in the night. Late in the night, they should probably make them blinking. Right?
Yes.
Red light blinking. So, you know what the regulations say about a blinking red light. Stop and proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like the one on St. Joseph Road, old St. Joseph Road there, on the corner right by Togo John, that John traffic light. So who's stopping there 2 o'clock in the morning?
Morning.
Huh? Where
You stop there? When you see somebody walking in your direction, where are you going?
Yeah, we stopping there for?
Yeah.
Only one little further up the road from there.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't want to stop in them kind of places.
Yeah,
that
but people
kind
don't consider these things.
So make them put them blinking in the night. So you blinking traffic light. Proceed when stop and proceed with caution, or slow down and proceed with caution as it is for amber light, you know, that kind of thing. So those are things when they put the camera on the light, they need to consider those things also.
That's right.
And this is thinking. This is critical thinking. Unless you have a police by the light.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah. So
other than that, you know what I look at, partner boy? I am contemplating, I wonder if we feel that those ministers and who may be concerned doesn't see how we like we are on happy time. Guys, turning another page. Carnival, Christmas gone, we shop like that. We think Carnival coming, we selling all the party, we buying all the tickets, we going all the steps. So we ought to be careful where our priorities are because they're watching us still.
No, well, in all fairness, you can't look at it like that. Because how much people we have in Trinidad? How much people we have driving in Trinidad? Let me say we have 400,000 or 500,000 people driving in Trinidad, right? How much people go in a party? 300 people, 400 people, maybe 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, a big one, right? So you cannot say that people have money to spend to go in party when it's only a 1% or a 2% of the people who party in.
Exactly.
You understand?
That's everybody.
And that 1% or 2% might be the percentage of people that have the money to do that.
Yeah.
You might be a Simoya or Andy. You understand? You have the money to spend for Christmas, you have the money to spend for Carnival, but everybody don't have that.
Right. But I love to understand.
Yeah. So
I love to understand.
Thank you, caller. Yeah, so the thing is interesting. Let's take this call. Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I know you're not on that topic, right? But I'm calling from Mover, Upper St. Francois, Valley Road. Not a drop of water we have here, not a drop. As a pensioner, I have no water to bathe. When they do send the water, the people in the flat getting and who on the hill, not getting a drop of water. Days now I have no water.
That's where St. Francois Valley Road.
Get some water.
That's in the Valley Road. That is up in the back of
Yeah, that Upper St. Francois Valley Road.
Right, I know where that is.
Point 76, not a drop. Them old people inside the rain have no water.
Yeah. And that's the next unfortunate thing. Yeah, caller. Thank you. We will.
Okay.
I'm sure the authorities might be listening to you, or somebody might be listening and hearing your situation.
Okay.
And because that too.
All right, thank you.
That too, it forms part of the social issues that we were talking about.
Absolutely.
You know, that too, services are what people want. Now, we know that all these things are part of a broken system over the years.
Yes.
It may not necessarily be any particular government, one government responsible for it, but it's a part. It's probably a how should I say? the end product of a broken system. Right? Over the years, you know, simple things. The key things that people need is the ability to bathe, the ability to cook, the ability for transportation, roads, you know, that kind of thing. Those things are things that a government have to provide. Right? And but everything is a chicken and egg process. So if right now the government has no money to do that, sometimes you could understand why they may be, you know, just be maybe forced in a situation where they had to do certain things that they feel might create some kind of positivity in the system to reduce crime or to reduce road traffic or to reduce bad driving or to reduce the kind of carnage on the road by raising the traffic fine, the fines for motor vehicle and all that kind of thing. But at the same time, you also had to think also about the other social issues that in itself creates, right? And the bottlenecks and the situation with people who just can't afford those kind of things and who might be doing the right thing, but they just can't afford it. Right? So all those things, we have to think this thing through. And we have to find a way, and there are ways, things that you can do to solve the problem. And I've always said, one of the ways you can solve those problems is to digitize everything. Right? You know, everybody, you know who is who. This is a small country. You have systems. You all know that you all are HR people. You have HRIS systems where you know everybody in your company. You know everything, you know.
Should be able to pull
you know what time they come, you know what time they leave, you know what time, how much leave they have, you know, everything. You take that system, a system like that, for Trinidad and Tobago, where you know everything, you know where you're driving, you know everything. You have different agencies, may have different controls, right, and different access to it, right? And you can use that to fix things, to help the community, to facilitate in services that people wasn't getting before. The lady says she had no water up in St. Francis Valley Road, right? You know she ain't had no water, right? You know she didn't get water for the last week, right? All these things are things that you could fix with a digitized system where you know everything, you know everybody. I'm just saying, and this is not utopia. These things could happen. This is a small country, you know. This is just probably less than 1% of what the population of China. Right? So I'm just saying, I know your minister is in China right now. I don't know if she's back, but she may be looking at systems like this at this time. But callers, as we were saying just before as we came back from the break, we like to talk about human resource management and employment law issues, and sometimes these issues, everything comes down to that, because to live, you have to work. And if you're working, it becomes part of the human resource capital of the nation, part of the human resource capital of the organization, and therefore it is important to know what role you play in the system. So today we wanted to talk a little bit about a concept we call constructive dismissal. What is constructive dismissal? Some may ask, what is constructive dismissal? It is another form of dismissal. Sometimes it is a dismissal created by you yourself. But it is where an employer, by his action, makes it untenable for you to continue working in the organization. So by an employer's action makes it untenable for you to continue working. Sometimes interfering with your terms, and more unlikely interfering with your terms and conditions. You can't take it no more and you decide to resign from work. Right? So why we would have raised this is, today I had a client before me, and he was saying that he would have resigned about 2 months ago, explicitly writing in the resignation letter that he feels that he was constructively terminated, and he left, and he gave all the reasons why, and he was working with a bank, by the way, and he gave all the reasons why he felt so. And when I looked at it, I find it was plausible, right? It could have made a good case,
Yeah.
right? But he didn't come to me for that. Although he said he resigned, he said he wasn't looking to file no dispute against the company, but he just found like that they constructively dismissed him. But why he came was the fact that he had bonuses and holidays and things inside him, and he resigned. The company didn't want to pay him because they were telling him that he had a duty to give them notice based on his contract for leaving.
Wow.
And I was asking him if it is HR telling him that, and he said yes. HR was telling him that. Now, you all are HR people, and you know, if you see constructive dismissal on a resignation letter, you know that there is no requirement to give notice.
Not for constructive
right?
dismissal.
Not for constructive dismissal. Constructive dismissal, you can leave without giving notice. You can leave without writing the company and telling them you're leaving. So clearly, this HR professional of a bank didn't know that, and that is unfortunate. So to those listening, those employers listening and employees listening, constructive dismissal do not need notice. Constructive dismissal, one of the elements of constructive dismissal is last straw. There's a last straw principle. If, for instance, the action that the employer was taking at the time was going on for a while, and it continued, whether it's a small action or a big action, continued, and you see they do something today, and they say, look, you see this? This is the last straw. You could use that as a reason to resign and don't come back. And go to the court and seek redress.
The key thing there, Stephen, would be what is placed in the letter of resignation.
Right. The key thing is what you place in the letter of resignation. Because you see, a lot of employees, sometimes you're thinking about, okay, they're taking advantage of you. And they're taking advantage of you. And you want to deal with it in a certain way. You want to leave.
Yeah.
But you leave and you write a letter saying, thank you for the service you provided. I am leaving because I am going to take up a better opportunity and whatever, because you feel big man, you want to think. But then you want to come and say it was constructively dismissed. No, you can't say that. If you tell them you're leaving, you thank them for giving you the job, for the services you were there for some time, and you are taking up, you're leaving for betterment or whatever, then you can't say it was constructively dismissed. Because if you are leaving to claim constructive dismissal, you have to say exactly why you're leaving.
Yeah.
Tell the employer what the actions that pushed you out, out of the job, what were they, and why you leave. So then you will have that is your evidence when you leave. Of course, if it was happening, and of course that might have been your last straw. And the next thing about constructive dismissal is a dish. And this is out of a judgment. Constructive dismissal is a dish served warm. Meaning, if your employer is doing something by his action, it's making it untenable for you to continue working. The best time to take action, that is, to resign constructive dismissal, is to do it when the action takes place.
Yeah. Yeah, because
don't
if you wait too long.
Don't wait and the action going on and then say when something else happens, say, well, you're constructively dismissed. Because you stated it formed part of your contract now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So these are things that one has to understand in the workplace. Both employer and employee has to understand, so that when the issue of constructive dismissal come up, you are able to deal with it, or the court is able to deal with it very succinctly, right? And see all the stages of it, right? And see also the last straw and what would have caused it. What is your take on it, Randy? I mean, you are a young student. I know you to be a student. You are a university student studying HR at the University of the West Indies. Let me hear what's your take on it. And I'm sure you study employment law.
I think employers should justify or be reasonable with the employees. Yeah.
Yeah, but clearly they are employers. So the fact that we have constructive dismissals, there are employers who either don't understand that. There are employers who just don't see workers as capital, human capital. And they don't, remember for Christmas we were talking about, when we were talking about people who, employers who don't see engagement as a critical element of the workplace.
Yeah.
And Christmas parties and that kind of thing as significant. Notwithstanding the fact that in government, the government didn't have the money to, and it would have been, it probably might have been not, I don't even want to say practical, but it may not have sent the right message. Saying that we don't have money and we don't have all this sort of money, and then to have these purges with Christmas parties and that kind of thing. But employees are your capital, a very, very critical element of your organization. Unless you have robots alone working, once you have workers in your organization, they should be treated as important, very important. They are your capital. They're more important than the capital you put out to buy your vehicles and your machinery and that kind of thing. More important than that. Because they are the people who are to run it or man it. And therefore, you have to treat them as such, as important.
I want to say, on the company side, an employee can say anything. Now, we know about that, Stephen. There are people who will take this constructive dismissal thing and they're going to run with it. The burden of proof is on the employer. And if an employee is coming to you and making an allegation that this activity is happening, my manager is pressuring me, X, Y, and Z is happening, you cannot take that lightly, you know. You have to investigate the matter. You need to bring parties together, find out what the issue is. If that is a problematic employee, you need to have evidence in writing. Otherwise, an employee can say anything.
Well, in most cases, when an employee reaches that stage, of course, he will have a dossier of
but that's what I'm saying. So the employee will have their information. The employer, because the burden of proof is on them, they have to have their evidence.
It doesn't even have to be a contractual thing. It could be a breach of an implied term.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
So
breach of implied term, my expectation, an implied term in your contract, you breach that, that could be a term, a grounds for constructive dismissal.
Yep. You have to go through these things now. And here's the thing as well, as Stephen, why probably the HR person may have given that person that information. There are a lot of HR people who do not have industrial relations. You have to understand that those two disciplines.
The attorneys that they hire most of the time.
That's right.
Are not employment law attorneys.
That's correct.
Is that different kind of contract law?
HR don't make the decisions there, and I want people to understand that. HR in the company, they are not making that final decision. Most of the time, it's the executive management at the advice of the attorneys. They are going to make that decision and say, HR, execute.
Exactly.
What position is HR placed in? Especially if they don't have a HR manager, they have a senior HR officer or just an officer.
Or especially if they don't have a HR person, a professional HR people, on person on the executive manager.
Exactly. The HR person is going to follow orders. It may or may not be that they know.
That's the next thing. Employers, some employers don't see HR as critical in the organization.
Because they want to hire one-man show.
You go and hire them, people have hired. No sense.
Exactly.
No scientific relationship to HR.
In an industrial relations person in an organization is a must.
Of course, it is a must, especially if it is a large organization with plenty of people. Let's take this call. Good evening, caller. Caller, good evening.
Hey, caller, Mr. Martin.
Speaking.
Good evening, Miss Simona.
Good afternoon.
The person with the distinction, right? Okay. And now here we go on. I just have one thing to say. I don't want to keep from your topic, right? Come on, 1 minute at a time, because yesterday that was a big controversy about the passed away, right?
Yes.
The woman, right? I just have one thing to say. It looked like the pastor, right, is grooming somebody in his church to take his place.
A deacon.
Huh?
A deacon.
Yeah. And he looked like he grooming somebody to take his place. So she had to show the qualities
Of his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying the same thing.
Think it over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think it over. I mean, I don't have no close enough time just but you see, they have the traffic fines and things now. As we say, is the lower class of the people, the people who are not the white line of the road who feel it.
Exactly.
People who are the cars, my boy, I know about 300 people who had a car park up.
You give a coconut vendor. You give a coconut vendor.
$19,000.
$19,000.
I know people who
you right there. You effectively put he out of business.
You understand?
Right there, you put he out of business by one.
He going out of business.
He going out of business.
He going out of
He
business.
can't survive. He might commit suicide or something.
Remember, all human resources officers, right? And the things that this woman was saying, and they will be playing on the clip that she will reduce the traffic fine, she will reduce the double it. She double it. But no remorse. You know how I see it? This government has unleashed terror on the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah? They have unleashed terror.
Well, I wouldn't say that. What I'm saying is that there are unforced errors, in my opinion, one. And two, is like a drunken man, he grasping for straws. This is how I seen it. I think the government is in a position where revenue is critical, and they are looking for ways also to raise revenue. I mean, they want to change behavior too. But
okay, we don't have a problem, but you cannot survive on tax from the poor people, because this is not for the middle class. The middle class and a man nice vehicles. Is the lower class, the cheaper pokers who are driving a little old car, dropping the children to school before they go to work. Now they can't even drive it, because they will get about 25,000 in ticket. You know.
I see. By the way, I see Island Finance offer. Is it? I don't know if it's an ad or if it's a thing. I see Island Finance had traffic ticket loans now.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's why that coconut vendor. It might be good for him to go to Island Finance, but that's another predator.
Yeah, but they give him pensioners loan too, you know. Yeah, they give him pensioners loan. Yeah, but I always say, and I will say this again, I have nothing against the UNC, I have nothing against the PNM. I don't vote for what 50 years. This was the guy who told me I get accident over 25 years in a company. I don't vote. No way. But I get my little money from the company XYZ. I was to take them to the High Court. But I sent a clear message to the UNC government. But this present government, that the PNM don't take long to regroup themselves.
Yeah,
they don't take long at all. And you see when they say come back home, the same 100,000 who vote against the PNM, they will 200,000 will vote against the UNC. Because if we could start through for now and making we feel like little children in 6 months time, you could see what you could do. No, or you could come back. And in 6 months time, we playing Dolly Coco. We playing on Dolly Coco. So the next government will come back now with a bigger land. See here we got drop all these things. And we go believe them. It's only between the red and the yellow. But yeah, people, their own supporters, they're fed up. They're very disappointed in what they are doing. They're very, very disappointed. And I know, I'm sorry to say it this way, but they won't see the corridor of power again. I don't care if they strike up Victor by his knee.
Well, I wouldn't say that. What I would say is that I know the situation they found themselves in, and I'm sure they will be trying to solve this problem very soon.
No.
These are huh?
No, honestly, 100%. I wish that they could try to solve the problem and give them the next 5 years. To see what, now, my question is, if the PNM will win election, would they have fire all these people? No, things will be had to run the same way as it is. If they did only win the election, things will we didn't see the future, you know, to see all these people was going. We don't know who get what and who employ we and who what not. But right now, the people, the lower class of the people, my boy, is feeling it according to all you. I know for a fact they are feeling it. These are the people who used to go in the parlor and buy a little bread and then sleep at both else. They can't even go and buy bread. They can't even buy bread and just send their children to school now. It's hard, it's really rough.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard and true.
It's hard, Barbara, it's hard. These people I don't know what they're doing. And look, really pull it and get their act together. And whosoever giving them information and advising them, chance advise them in a better way so that they could see the corridor powers again.
I think they'll solve the problem. I really believe the UNC will solve the problem.
I hope all my family, all the days of their life working in Sugar Belt and support the Indian government. And you see, at this point in time, they are very dissatisfied with what it is taking place. Only traffic laws. You cannot, a country cannot survive with traffic laws, with that. No, it cannot. I am begging and asking this government to get it act together and see the best way in the interest of the all citizens, because it's not for the UNP or it's for everybody. It's for everybody that law is for. But I know for a fact the middle class won't feel it, the upper class won't feel it, because they're still driving a nice car. But the lower class, for a fact right now, they can't even put gas in their car. Because they're out of work, the children ain't going to school. You know a hardship. That simple little thing put on poor people in the country.
Correct.
We'll call more crime, more banditry, big shoplifting, women shoplifting, putting cheese all on their way and all kind of things. Because why? There no cheaper work, people not employing cheaper work, workers so much, and how much they will employ? How much? Yeah. I don't want to speak of much all the time, but I like the conversation and I like the calling and you know, it's our person on this program like a question, yeah? Mr. Matterson.
Yeah, she's sitting right in front.
Of course. You have to get caution.
Yeah, she likes the caution, yeah? That is the woman who, that is the person who has beauty without distinction, right?
I tell you.
Don't forget that. Okay.
Thank you, Cora.
Yeah, well, that was a nice one, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, but
yeah, so that's just a demonstration of how people feel about what's going
Yeah.
on. Good evening, Bataria, Mr. Bataria. Good evening.
Good
evening, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Happy New Year to the lady.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year to you.
Good afternoon, ma'am. And how are you this afternoon?
I am well, thank you.
We are blessed.
Yeah, they tell you the next guest good afternoon too, you know.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Matterson. I said good afternoon to you, and then I said good afternoon to the lady.
Yeah, I know, but it's about next lady, our next guest in the
Yeah, the next lady.
Yes.
Or is that the lady who study law
yes, Randy. Randy.
Good afternoon.
London.
Good afternoon, Randy.
Yes.
And how are you this afternoon?
Fine.
Welcome to the Street 91.9.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Mr. Matterson, I hear the gentleman just now. But you know what is most surprising? Because yesterday, I said we will have this discussion today. Donald Trump seized 2 vessels yesterday and said to us, I am going to take Venezuelan oil, and I'm not sending any to China, and I'm not sending any to Russia, and all these countries. So therefore, these people have to buy oil from them fellas. Now, if UAE increase oil production and Trump get his oil from Venezuela, our present administration put oil somewhere between $75 or something, so right? Because they said to us they have a $3 billion deficit. But now they have public servants' wages So that is going to add to the $3 billion deficit. And they have to borrow $15 billion to make up the budget. But if Trump gets his way and oil price goes all the way down to $50 a barrel, what is going to happen to my economy, Mr. Madison? What do you think?
Well,
So they supported a man to get regime change with the intention to get gas, but the regime change didn't happen. He had a discussion, he moved out one person, put in one female, and the female said, I go try and assist you. So I'm waiting to see what he's going to offer this female in order to get a gas. We can't get oil. Our administration has a problem with our female, so I don't think nobody could jump on a plane, even though we have a OFAC license. We can't jump on the plane right now, because we could do that now and go and talk to Delcy. But you know what happened? I saw Shell saying, and the arrangement we had to get our Dragon gas was with Shell. And Shell is telling us, whenever we don't see that what happened here with Green Trump, it look like Shell is going to make up one of the 4 large investors to go in on behalf of Trump to take the oil or gas and leave we in the coal, Mr. Madison.
Well, there are a lot of moving parts.
Yes, but here my main moving part. My main moving part is that my administration raised my cost of oil in order to make the budget look good, and side with a man who intends to carry down the cost of that same oil to crash my economy, Mr. Matteson. That is where I find myself financially if Trump is to pull off what he intends to pull off. If oil price drop down $30 a barrel and I have an estimate of $75 or $80 a barrel, where am I going to get the rest from, Mr. Matteson, when I am already downgraded by Moody's, Mr. Matteson? Enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kola. As I said, every time I talk about this, there are so many moving parts in all of this.
Correct.
And so many speculation.
Correct.
We are still looking to see what the effects of Donald Trump's move will be, especially on Trinidad and Tobago, because some will say that Trinidad and Tobago could or may benefit from all of this. Some are saying, like the caller, that there are other speculation, there are other things that could happen, and they are real, right? Because more oil on the market would mean lower prices, and those are things that we may have to consider. But I don't think it might be more oil. I think we might have some other kind of problem happening in the Middle East that may create a different kind of scenario for us. So let's look and see, let's wait and see how this thing will go. And we will call it what it is when it happens. Yeah. Right? So, if you want to call us, we have a few minutes, and you want to call us to engage us on any part of the discussions that we've had this evening, you are free to do so. We were talking just before the reintroduction of the traffic issue. We were talking about constructive dismissal and how employers see their employees in the workplace. I have it's 3 HR people inside here today, and you can also engage us on that also. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, good evening.
As Mr. Matteson, right?
Yeah.
Right. You're talking about just now about that. I saw on the news last night this Zante club where these workers are being sent home. And I heard one of the workers said he worked there for like 25 to 30 years without taking vacation. How somebody could work all those years and don't take vacation? That sounds impossible, but that's what he said. And I was shocked. I said, but no, I mean, it sounds crazy. Anyway, that's what he said. It's sad that they're going home, and as far as from what you're hearing, they're going home like with nothing. It's crazy. I wonder, I was listening to this coconut vendor, and I cannot understand. A coconut vendor ain't no poor man all you get this straight. I remember.
Yeah, you're
on a
correct.
radio-
You're correct. Same thing I was saying.
I listen. A few years ago, there was a talk show host called George Umbala Joseph. He told the nation how much money a doubles vendor makes. And I said, oh, God, he's putting doubles vendor in problems. Now bandits go on to rob them. Well, at that time, there wasn't robbing, so. But a coconut vendor, no poor man.
Yeah, they make a lot of money.
find-
Coconut is what, $12?
Of course.
$10.
10, some places down here in Diego Martin is 10. Some places 12.
$12
Anyway.
and $15, some of them.
What? 15 too? Oh,
Around
God,
the
no.
Savannah, yeah, there are people around the Savannah selling doubles.
Oh, geez, no.
Coconut.
Well, it gets worse.
15
Anyway,
and that kind of thing. And
I am
the
finding
buying it from
that
the coconut growers,
vendor
$2 and things.
very bold-faced because you're driving a vehicle, and let me tell you, anybody, is a guy was telling me, he said, anytime you stop to buy coconut, watch the condition of that vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
The tire smooth, there are no lights in the back. They make, you know what is their focus? They're only focusing on making the money like a taxi driver.
Yeah.
You wouldn't carry a vehicle to do, by the mechanic, to do a tune-up, to check it. You want to be on the road to just get that fare, get that money. You're putting your passenger's life in danger. That's a taxi driver. But Mr. Coconut vendor, all you have to do is put aside a day. It might even take a whole day. And let the mechanic check your vehicle. What need changing, change it. No. Look at how much it costs. Oh, they say the candle costs more than the funeral. Look at money now you have to go and spend.
Correct.
You know how much of them driving without insurance?
Yes, a lot of them.
Normal people who just not driving like a taxi or a coconut van. Driving, it's only when they hit somebody, then they just get caught that they're driving without insurance. I'll never forget a guy hit me on the Diego Martin main road. And that man begged me not to go and report it. So I say, what? Why the man had no insurance?
Yeah, but if you do me that, you had to fix my car one time. I mean,
yes.
Otherwise,
I said, but what madness? Yes, he begged me. And when I told my husband, he said, because he was indicating for me to go someplace on Sierra Leone Road. And my husband said, he said, forget that. He said, because you might go and carry your car there and you might not even find it the next day. Yep. I properly went and I reported it and I got my vehicle fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But that coconut vendor is very disingenuous. You are making money. Mm-hmm. Why are you driving your vehicle with all those defects?
Yeah.
Worse yet, insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So if you knock down somebody or hit the next vehicle, what going to be the person position? No, man. No, Mr. Coconut vendor, you could do better than that because you're making the money. And the next thing, he making, and all the coconut vendors making tax-free dollars. Coconut vendors, doubles vendors, they start to make this, and I feel this government will do it because here and a lot of people vex with the government, all who think yellow is the code, and now they're resting it on them. Because in America, you could be self-employed, you have to pay tax, eh?
Yeah.
That is one thing Uncle Sam don't make joke with.
No, caller.
That tax?
Caller.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that I don't want people to misunderstand us on the program, we are not against the traffic fines, we are not against what is happening with the tickets and that kind of. We're not against that. All we are saying is for the powers that be to think through this. Because there are a lot, with this and all, there are a lot of moving parts that you have to think through. You know, there are a lot of chicken and egg process. There are a lot of things that happen that could avoid it.
Let me tell you.
But fixing certain systems and infrastructure and that kind of thing.
If you could remember, the late Patrick Manning used to use this word. They operating by VAPs. Mm-hmm. And they did not think of this because or you want to increase the fines, I don't have no problem. You just have to make sure you don't break any traffic law to have to pay. But you see, Now, the Prime Minister is she's doubling down, and she's saying she's giving 3 days, 7. It was not thought out properly.
Yeah.
It was not thought out. You could have said, okay, you all have so much and so much a day to go and get these things corrected, and you wouldn't be ticketed. But look how much people get ticket. And no, nah, man. And it's still, because remember, she said it has to go to Parliament, eh? So if a police give you a ticket tonight in the morning, it ain't passed yet. So they did not think it out properly, and they just come out with it. Lord,
And that's what we're saying. And that's
you
what we're
can't
saying.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're all saying. You can't do that. Think it out. Put things in place. Then you could say you're charging people. You gave them enough time to go and get there. If your windscreen crack, if your light blow, whatever, you, as a matter of fact, I find somebody with a tail light, police should give you, if it's, how they call it, to let you, give you time, a warning or whatever, and
To go and
you supposed
to deal with that.
Right.
Because most of the time it's just about on the older cars, just a bulb. On the newer cars,
you will drive your car today, and in the morning you jump in at your thing, your indicator light ain't coming and working. So you should be given an opportunity to go and get that corrected. Not if somebody have a blown light and you want to charge them a ticket. No.
Yeah.
Come on. You'll have a blessed day. Reach home safe.
Thank you, caller.
Okay,
Yeah?
bye.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we just about a few seconds away from our final. I don't know what could happen, Mr. Batari. I know you're calling us, but we just about a few seconds before the end of the show. So certainly we will invite you to join us tomorrow. Selvon Mitchell will be on the show tomorrow.
All right.
And we look forward to having this kind of debate with Selvon Mitchell, one of our genuine hosts.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. For the program, God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth